Greetings from Bangalore Jacobite Youth. The Last Leaf is a short story by O. Henry. The story is about a poor young woman, Joice, and her neighbor, Mr. Bowman, who was an artist. Pneumonia was an epidemic during those days. Joice was also suffering from that life threatening disease. Her condition wasn't so good. She was counting her last days in the bed. It was an autumn season. Through her bedside window, she used to watch her ivy plant, which was shedding its leaves. She said to her neighbors and friends, "When my ivy plant loses its last leaf, I will also leave this world." Days passed and the plant lost almost all its leaves. Her condition went from bad to worse. No doctors could help her to recover. When the last leaf was left on the ivy plant, she concluded the next day would be her last day. That night she struggled to sleep. She had lost all the hopes to recover, and she fell asleep late in the night. Next morning, she woke up and looked at her plant. She couldn't believe her eyes. The last leaf was still intact. That gave her hope. She was delighted and gradually started recovering. The chilly fingers of the dreadful disease had mercifully exempted her. One fine day, she was able to get up from her bed and walk. She walked towards the ivy plant and she was surprised that the last leaf, which gave her all the hopes to recover, was a tricky painting by her neighbor, Mr. Bowman. Similar to this story, during our tough times, the powerful Almighty would have chosen someone to ensure that there is a last leaf standing. As Luke chapter 1 verses 37 says, nothing will be impossible with God. In Joice's life, the tough situation was pneumonia and her bad health. In our real life, the tough time could be some financial crisis or job issues or relationship issues, or it can be a pandemic issues like COVID-19. We might think it's the end, but on the flip side, there would be a better life awaiting us. Bible has several such examples, the most prominent ones being those of Hagar and Job. In Genesis chapter 21, we can see Hagar. When Hagar was left stranded in a huge desert, she had lost all her hopes since she ran out of water for her baby. She thought it was the end, but God miraculously showed her a spring. The water from that spring rejuvenated her and instilled survival hopes in her life. Job's life is another testimony for one's prolonged faith and belief in miracles of the Almighty. Job teaches us how to live in faith no matter how grim the circumstance of the life may be. The last leaf story also teaches us that our thought can influence our life. Belief itself is a powerful agent of change. More you think positive, more are your chances for revival. May the good Lord help us to think positive and show us the leaf which never sheds in our life. May God bless you all. Amen.